morbidly obese people of Reddit. What does your daily diet normally consist of? User 1. I used to be in the morbidly obese category, so this will be what I used to eat, wake up, and drive to work. Hold on, I need to stop at the gas station to get my fix. I buy 3 sugary energy drinks. One of these drinks is my breakfast that I drink while coming into work. In the office, drink half of energy drink number 2. Go get a donut from the coffee bar at work. Lunchtime, finish energy drink number 2. Eat whatever horrible food they have at the employee cafeteria. Eat 1 slice of cheesecake or ice cream. Head home, drink last energy drink. Eat a frozen pizza, fast food or some other horrible meal intended for multiple people. Soda, then play video games all night. My exercise consisted of walking up and down stairs to get food. I was 280, now I am at 190. I cut out all sugary drinks, no more fast food, no more pastas, pizza, rice. I eat salad once a day, sometimes 2 times. Drink 3 quarts of water a day. Run at least a 5K every day. Longest run is 10.5 miles. While some people on Reddit say that they waste so much time and waste their life on Reddit, I can honestly say that Reddit has helped prolong my life. ILO Ceta Fitness, a running music Jit motivated to progress Pixacato Palea are great for anyone in this thread who are looking for help in getting in shape. And, user 2, let me preface by saying I am no longer morbidly obese. At my highest point as a 5 feet 2 inches female I was really close to 400 pounds. Let's just say I'm well under 200 pounds now and eat a lot better and whatnot. So, this will be stuff from years ago when I was at my heaviest. And, at near 400 pounds my diet would consist of everything. I was never a big breakfast person, still not big on breakfast, so I went straight to lunch, usually a couple of sandwiches or burgers. When I was heaviest I was living with my parents still and I would eat whatever my mom made for dinner. She is a great cook, but have at least 2 huge plates of food, sometimes 3. We are talking pot roast, mashed potatoes, egg noodles, carrots, covered in gravy, and like 5 biscuits also gravy covered. Snacks were always popcorn, chips, ice cream, candy, donuts, whatever. I ate a lot of food. I was well over 3,000 calories a day. My favorite foods were McDonald's, pizza, easy food I could make in the middle of the night like chips and cheese or ramen, or whatever. How I felt about being heavy. At the time I was fat and proud but really unhappy, always fantasizing about being skinny and how life would be different when I was better. I certainly didn't exercise any when I was at that weight. To switch over, my current lifestyle is filled with normal portions and healthy foods. To be fair, when I was obese I really did like healthy food too. I just paired it with donuts. I never have been the type of person to go from being so fat to being so skinny and saying I eat all clean now. I couldn't possibly think about eating a donut. I'd feel gross. I can still pack away a ton of pizza and feel okay with myself. It took a few years to lose the weight, and I maintained for a while, and now I'm going after the last couple of pounds to get to my goal weight of 140. I do a lot of workouts now. Old me would hate it. I run 5Ks too. Outlook on life is much better too. But, even with the weight loss I could still easily put away a ton of food if I let myself. User 3. I used to be obese at 6 feet 5 and about 320-330 pounds and 35% body fat a few years ago. Currently I just finished a bulk from 220 to 260 and am at 17% body fat. What I can say was the biggest thing was I didn't realize how much I was eating. Sitting down to TV and snacking on a bag of chips and finishing it all, then getting 5 or 6 scoops of ice cream to cancel out the saltiness, and a big glass of milk to cancel out the sweetness. This was a traditional snack. Additionally, for breakfast I was usually eating 3-4 pancakes or waffles with chocolate chips, or a lot of bacon and sausage with eggs. Lunch was also fairly normal, but dinner I'd get 2-3 helpings. Generally, my meals were pretty standard. In fact I eat the same things now in generally, but snacking at night weekends was killer and I'm still victim to doing this occasionally, but that's mostly because I need the calories. Just finished up a bulk. To maintain my current weight I need about 3,500 calories per day. I was eating 4,500 calories per day while bulking, and it was still a struggle for me to put on weight. I'm 6 feet 5, 260 post-bulk, but 17% body fat versus about 35% when I was in the 300s. It amazes me how much I had to eat to maintain that weight and put on weight. I now struggle to add weight ever since losing my weight. Went down to about 220. I just ate without actually realizing how much I was eating. but didn't care. I thought I would rather be fat and happy than fit and miserable. I hated exercise, hated that, coupled with approximately 6,000,7,000 calories per day made me a fat 18-year-old. Then, I started college. I realized I wanted to be able to do more. I set a goal to do a 10K before the end of my freshman year. I went on an unhealthy vegetarian diet because I didn't know what else to do. I was always out of breath walking to class, and constantly exhausted and not energized at all. I completed my 10K in approximately 1 hour when about 9 months prior I couldn't even finish a mile. My mindset has really changed. I love doing stuff with my body and I'm into a lot of bodyweight training. I realize weight is a number now, and don't mind my current weight because I have less fat which hinders me from doing things that I love. I hate the idea of going back to that, which makes me struggle with bulking and thinking about adding on weight, but I know that I care about my body and ability and want to make the best life for myself in terms of health, family, and self. I still binge sometimes, but I find everyone does and I don't let that get to me. I have found that, over the past few years, it has become less and less about focusing on it, and my health and fitness have become less a burden obligation hurdle that I once thought it was, but instead is now just my way of life, and I encourage anyone else struggling with obesity to feel free to message me. I've been there, and understand it can be rough, but you can do it. And, user 4, alright, this thread is full of people lying and posting what they ate during the week and a half they were trying to diet. I weighed about 270 when I was 19. So let's go through my daily diet from back then. Breakfast, if I did wake up before noon, usually a bowl of cereal and a couple Pop-Tarts. I don't want to wake up 1 second earlier than I have to, so I ain't got time to cook anything. Mid-morning, I sure am hungry after eating such an unfilling breakfast. Better get a bag of chips and a Dr. Pepper from the vending machine. Lunch, head over to Freebirds and get a Monster. The original Freebirds is in College Station, across the street from my freshman dorm. The non-Texans out there, Freebirds is a better version of Chipotle, and a Monster is roughly twice the size of a normal burrito, with a large Dr. Pepper. Of course, dinner, I had a meal plan for 1 meal a day from the student cafeteria. It was all you can eat, so I would stuff as much food in my craw as could fit. You were allowed to take your drink out of the cafeteria with you, so I would fill a styrofoam drink cup with food, then sneak it out so I'd have a free lunch for tomorrow. Late night snack, all the food from the cup. And, user 5, 6 feet 0 inches 300 pounds, no breakfast. This is important if you want to maintain obesity. I do however drink a large sugary instant cappuccino and a cup or two of regular coffee with sugar and cream before lunch. Lunch is fast food, just a combo meal and a drink, nothing excessive. Evenings is where it gets sketchy. I smoke weed and get the munchies and tend to binge eat late at night before bed. I'm talking like a pint of ice cream and a bag of chips. I might get fresh veggies and or fruit once a week and only a small serving. I will cook a healthy meal about once a week as well, like salmon and steamed veggies. It's because I like salmon, not because I'm trying to eat right. A few years ago I dropped 60 pounds just changing the way I ate for a few months. I didn't even exercise. I just cut out soft drinks and sugar and I prepared all my meals. No fast food whatsoever. It took a lot of planning and inconvenience and I reverted back to a diet worthy of a child birthday party menu. And, user 6, average days eating, 2 very large cups of coffee at about 6:30 am, 2 bacon AM crunch wraps and a Monster Java Mean Bean at about 8:15 am, another large cup of coffee at about 10. Noon rolls around and it's time for an average of 2 McChickens, or half a Little Caesars pizza. Come to, it's time for another Monster Java, and probably a king-size Twix, the kind that's peanut butter on a chocolate cookie for 30. Time for a burrito supreme from Taco Bell. About 6:30 is dinner time, usually chicken of some sort, lots of it, followed by another Monster Java, then some sort of sweet before bed at like 9:30. Calories? Yes please. And, user 7, okay I play. I am female, 176 centimeters, about 5 feet 10, and currently weigh 192 kilograms, just over 420 lbs. I just started a medically supervised diet that uses replacement meals, like shakes and soups and bars, so this isn't going to be my typical diet right now. I drink 4 of these supplemental things and 1 regular meal. My regular meal should be half a plate of veggies, some protein and right now, some starch carbs. In about a week I'll remove the carb portion. My favorite meal right now is chicken kotleti. My husband is Russian heritage and makes them. They are ground chicken with onions and bread. Ramen, I love ramen, getting it out of my system before I'm not allowed to have carbs at all anymore, and a bunch of green beans and broccoli. In the next couple of weeks I'll start changing things around to have some fish, or grilled chicken breast, or baked tofu as the protein part of that meal. The starch portion will be removed and will be just protein and veggie. If I have issues sticking to this, I might ask the doctor if I can just have another supplement instead of a meal. I actually find it easier to have those than have to deal with deciding what to eat. How do you feel about being heavy? I hate it, but I have always tried to live a normal life despite it. I work full-time, go to some shows in the city, hike, and go out with friends. I have always had a very emotional attachment to food. I am married, and my husband loves me very much. He has never denied me food and sees that it makes me happy. Having some ice cream or a cake, and often a piece of cake after a stressful day at work is something that would have an instant emotional effect. He is on board with the new diet and we are working on other things to do to relieve stress, like watching some new TV series together. How many calories would you estimate you consume in a day? My new diet is supposed to be just under 1,200 calories a day. Prior to starting this, it was very easy for me to eat 3,500 calories a day. I have issues with emotional eating and my binges moved from a couple of times a month to weekly, to almost daily. This is why I went to a weight loss doctor. If this doesn't work, I will probably get weight loss surgery as well. I had gotten to the point where I could eat a whole medium pizza and chicken fingers from the local pizza place as a dinner for myself. I wouldn't do this every day, but it was becoming normal to do on the weekend. Exercise. I'm not currently exercising, because my weight shot up drastically in the last few months. I'm pretty sore. Once I lose about 20 pounds on this diet, I should be able to start doing some extended walking again, about 3 miles every other day, then daily. I also belong to a gym with a pool and would like to start swimming laps sometime. I read half-fat peer plus stories for inspiration and to keep my brain away from fat logic. I will also be starting to attend a support group in a couple of weeks for the diet program I'm on. Edit. I just wanted to say thank you to everyone who has taken the time to respond to my post. It has been really encouraging to me today. I also found an Overeaters Anonymous meeting nearby me this evening and will be going. I'm not sure I would have decided to do that today if this post didn't happen. Thank you equals. And, user 8, I'm properly obese, 6 feet 2 inches, over 400 lbs. I've been all over the scale. At my best I was around 200 pounds and muscular. I've been on a diet since I can remember and I hate being fat. When I'm in fuck it mode I'll usually not eat anything for breakfast, junk food for lunch and then binge in the evening watching TV or gaming. The usual suspects include pizza, sugary drinks, candy, cheese, pastries, sugary cereal, potato chips, ice cream, nachos and other highly processed sugary fat food that need little or no prep and you can just eat without thinking. You can gain serious weight in very little time on the diet. On a bad day I can easily eat 6,000 calories. Maintenance for me at my current weight, 407 lbs, seems to be around 3,000 calories. I've been going to the gym on and off for the last 15 years. I can pack on muscle pretty fast. Just going to the gym without changing my diet does nothing to promote weight loss. It just makes me more hungry. But I still go 3 to 5 times a week to stay strong and relatively healthy even when my diet is crap. The only way I can lose weight is with a very structured diet plan. I've tried most of the fat stuff. Low carb, low fat, no fat, paleo, warrior, liquid, calorie counting, split carb fat etc., etc. They all work to some extent, but they are also all useless if you can't stick to them long term. At the moment I'm on a moderately high protein, vegetable heavy diet with almost no sugar. I'm consuming around 2,500 calories a day and have been slowly losing weight for the last year. Started at 440 lbs. I'm trying to focus on a diet I can sustain indefinitely. And to answer your question, my favorite food is lasagna. If you want any more info, just ask. And, user 9, I've lost over 200 pounds since November 2012. Before that, it was just constant eating of any and everything. Typically, an early breakfast of maybe a half bag of tater tots with a half pound of cheese on them, or maybe a tube of Grand's biscuits used to make cheese and liverwurst sandwiches. Then no full meals until dinner, but constant snacking. Whole pound of Jelly Bellies and 4 bagels with butter, an entire pan of brownies, shit like that. Oh, and on work days, 2 large fast food meals, plus dinner and snacks, like, at McDonald's. I used to get 3 QPCs and a super size fry, until those bastards discontinued the super size. At Jack in the Box, usually a sourdough jack and an ultimate cheeseburger, and large curly fries. My favorite McD's breakfast was 2 egg McMuffins, 1 bacon egg and cheese biscuit, 1 steak egg and cheese bagel, and 2 hash browns, of which I would put half of onto each sandwich. Almost forgot the alcohol. Had a liter of vodka daily. Yes, really, half of a 2-liter bottle of vodka. It's not so tough when you're 550 pounds and have been drinking like a fish for 10 years. I would often wash it down with pickle juice shots. Reading the current top post, people will call bullshit on this, but look at my post history. Severe depression almost killed me, in more ways than just the usual, and, user 10, until October 2013, I was tipping the scales at 310, not fat enough for a TLC special, but certainly breaking the occasional chair. I grazed. When I set out on my weight loss journey, I started counting calories and came to a horrible realization of just how much I had been eating. Weekends were worst for me. Breakfast, 6-10 pancakes with 1/2 cup and half syrup, eggs, bacon or sausage, big coffee with lots of sugar, snacks before lunch, whatever I could get my hands on. I could polish off a jar or 2 of peanut butter in a day, 1 spoonful at a time. Lunch, usually fast food or a big sandwich with lots of chips, some soda, whatever. Dinner, my wife usually cooks, and makes fairly healthy food. My problem was portion control. I could polish off an entire tray of enchiladas or a whole meatloaf or whatever. I figure, on average on the weekend I would eat in the neighborhood of 5,000-8,000. I exercised as little as possible, hated it. TV and video games all the way. I still managed the occasional hike or whatever, but nothing regular. I'm now down to 245, prepping to run my first 5K this coming Saturday, and eating roughly 2,400 calories depending on activity level for the day. I don't ever want to go back, and anyone who says they are happy how they are while I'm morbidly obese is a damn liar or completely delusional. Edit. RIP my inbox. Glad I could inspire, encourage or whatever so many people. This is crazy. Frequently asked questions. I am 6 feet 0 inches, large build. I do the keto diet. Shout out to our keto. My goal weight as of now is 245 more pounds to go. I'm using the Nike Plus running coach to train for the 5K 8-week program. And, user 11, when I originally clicked on this post, my intention was to comment that despite the fact that I eat fairly healthy and exercise somewhat regularly, I weigh 328 pounds. I truly believe that I would never be able to lose weight. However, before posting this asinine comment, I decided to check with my new diet tracker app to see exactly how many calories I was really consuming. Breakfast and lunch, 1,600 calories. Fuck, I guess denial really is a bitch. Thanks Soapy for the wake-up call. And, user 12, I used to be obese as a teenager and young adult. I lost the weight about 5 years ago and kept it off, and I hate threads like this, because they are generally populated by people who are all like, oh I was disgusting when I was fat, but now I'm healthy because I have willpower. I was fat because I didn't know how to eat. I was sick, and people told me the wrong things. So my fat kid diet, complete with caloric breakdown, I'd wake up in the morning, and I'd have a precisely measured breakfast: 1 cup Special K red berry cereal, 1 cup skim milk, 4 ounces orange juice topped off with water. I was determined that I would stick to my diet. I'd get to school, and I'd already be starving. My best friend hadn't eaten breakfast yet, so we'd go to the cafeteria so she could buy Pop-Tarts. I was starving at this point. If it was a good day, I'd resist and not buy anything, but a lot of the time I bought Pop-Tarts too. At noon, we'd have lunch, starving, but I had to make up for the Pop-Tarts. So I'd get a salad, usually iceberg lettuce with some shitty tomatoes and peppers and onions and cheese, with fat-free Italian dressing and a diet Snapple. In 5th period, I was starving again and could no longer resist the banned candy I was selling, so I'd have a bag of Skittles, king size. I'd feel absolutely terrible about the Skittles, and swore I wouldn't eat anything else all day, but 2 hours later, I'd be starving. I wouldn't eat anything, but I'm so thirsty, I'll just have a Diet Coke. Wait a minute, I was in the kitchen for a Diet Coke. Why have I finished half a package of a fruit snacks granola bar ice cake? I can't just throw the other half of this package away. I might as well finish them. Repeat once or twice, less if I had Skittles, more if I didn't, until my mom gets home. She'd make dinner, something healthy like ground turkey with tomato sauce over brown rice. I wouldn't eat it all because I'd feel gross from the snack food. Repeat every day. What I didn't get then, but I get now, is that healthy eating isn't about willing yourself not to eat shitty food. It's about willing yourself to eat healthy food. And healthy doesn't mean low calories. Healthy means having a blend of nutrients that doesn't look like this. Every day was a battle of food that I lost. I have PCOS, and I grew up in the 90s, when low fat was the way to go, and it gradually turned into low calories, but because people don't like change and corn is cheap in the US, low calories was identical to low fat. Carbs have fewer calories than fat does, so jack down the fat, jack up the sugar, and you've got a health food. And my parents were determined to help me get my weight under control, so we had nothing with fat in it in the house. Now I understand that when you have a condition that makes you insulin resistant, that's the opposite of how you should eat. I was constantly hungry, all day long. My mom would always ask if there was something bothering me, if I was eating my feelings, and I'd be like, no, I'm hungry. And now, at a healthy body weight that I've maintained for 5 years, I can confirm what 15-year-old me was saying. I have no more willpower now than I had then. I was hungry, because my blood sugar was all fucked up. Today, I'm not hungry, so not eating Pop-Tarts is really easy. I don't know. I wish our nutritional recommendations weren't so fucked up. I wish that people had more compassion for fat people. This shit isn't easy, and if it's easy for you, maybe instead of assuming that other people suck more than you do, maybe assume it's harder for them. Edit. Whoever edit golded me. Thanks a bunch. I hope that means you found this helpful, and that makes me super happy. And, thanks for watching. Please give a like if you enjoyed the video and hit subscribe if you want to see more. See you later.